Namaste, my darling Geminis. Thank you so very much for joining me here this week for your special reading and your messages for November 24th to November 30th. I'm just going to flip my screen so that you can see my cards as I pull out your messages for this week. So just bear with me. Here we go. Perfect. So for my darling Gemini collective, what do we have for you? Most definitely, this is the one. Okay. So the first set is the magical mermaids, and then I have what is it called? The Keepers of the Light. I have messages from Spirit. It's definitely the one that wants to come out for our Gemini collective. I have messages from the universe. Perfect. And for the very last set of cards that I got, it is the Animal Spirit Oracle. It's going to be that one. All right, perfect. So these are your cards, and I'm just going to flip my screen. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to move these cards here in the order that I shuffled them to give you your messages, my darling Geminis, for the week of November 24th to 30th. All right, so my darling Geminis, for you, my darlings, the very first card that comes out is Tranquility. Tranquility. Wow. This is a very powerful card because I feel like with this message, there may be a lot of things that are clouding our darling Gemini's mind, and whatever that looks like for you. It could be worries, it could be stress, it could be you are supporting people, helping people. You may have people supporting and helping you, but it's almost like I get this feeling of the hamster wheel for you, my darling Geminis. So Spirit comes through with a message, my darling Geminis, that this week, November 24th to 30th, it's very, very important that you take time to relax, that you take time to be still and to enjoy solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. Okay? So when we say solitude, I mean, yes, that could be just, sitting down and watching a show, or the self-care component is really doing something special for yourself that will rejuvenate your body, your mind, and your spirit. Because I feel like even if you are sitting down and watching a show, it's hard for your mind to stop that hamster wheel. So my darling Geminis, this week is all about tranquility. It's about self-care, about rejuvenating your body physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay, so it's an all-round necessity for tranquility in your life. Okay, so that's our focus, my darling Geminis, for the week of November 24th to 30th. So Lady Nada is who comes through for you, my darling Geminis, with the Heart Awakening. Lady Nada with the Heart Awakening. Powerful. So this card is about awakening yourselves, my darling Gemini collective, to acceptance of what is in front of you. Okay? So certain things have been going on in your life. It could be various things. And I mean, we're dealing with the collective of Gemini. So it could be various things, different circumstances. It could be relationships. It could be health and well-being. It could be work, whatever it is in your life. It could be a few components of different things that are going on. But the message for you, my darling Geminis, is to awaken to the acceptance of what is in front of you, and also to divine love. So what Spirit is asking for you for this week, my darling Geminis, is to give and receive in balance. So there is a bit of an off balance that comes through with this card. So either you are giving too much of yourself and that is overwhelming you. Now keep in mind that the readings I do, they are for the sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. So please do watch all of your signs to get a better idea, okay? But there's an overwhelm here, or I would say an imbalance is the more appropriate word to use, an imbalance. Either you're giving too much or you're receiving too much, and there needs to be a balance of this energy, because that is what is creating the hamster wheel and the need for more tranquility, more solitude in your life, more self-care, okay? So a very big need, and heart awakening. So, you know, there's something inside you, my darling Gemini collective, that may be making you feel, even though everything around you proves otherwise, your accomplishments, everything you have done in your life has been magnificent thus far. But yet there's something in you that hasn't truly allowed yourself to see that amazing being that you are, the amazing stuff, the amazing things that you have brought to the world, to the people around you. You have some great accomplishments under your belt, my darling Geminis. I really get that from Spirit with this card. So as you take time for yourself to nurture your body, mind, and spirit, very needed for you to progress in any direction in your life, you are being asked to awaken your heart, to pure and divine love, to self-love. Where in your life have you felt less than? Something has made you feel less than. Is it the inner child healing? Maybe that needs to be done, but something needs to be rebalanced, something needs to be redirected, and there needs to be an equal balance of give and take in your life. If you're over giving, there's a need for a slowdown, most definitely, so that you can rebalance, you can restructure your body, mind, and spirit. You can realign yourself, your energy centers in your body, that you can ground, okay? Very, very important for our darling Geminis. And I just feel like there's a lot going on for our Gemini collective, okay? Spirit is asking, my darling Geminis, that you stay open-minded. Stay open-minded. I feel as if though perhaps you may have done so much for others that it could have, or it has clouded your judgment, okay? So you may have a very, how can I say, regimented way of thinking and being because of your past, because of your past experiences, because of what you've gone through. But Spirit is asking that you be open-minded, stay open-minded, remembering that everybody has their own life path and their own journey in life. And it's very important to understand and to realize that we all come from different walks of life. Nothing is simple. Nothing is just plain cut. This is how it is. It's never that way. There's always variations of things going on, right? And when we're dealing with collective, I mean, we're talking about many different variations, okay? Of people, of circumstances, of all of that. So stay open-minded to something that you may already have an impression of, that maybe you don't like in somebody, or something that you just don't understand. How could somebody be this way or think this way? But remember to stay open-minded, because we all wear different spectacles, right? We all have a different frame of reference. And so to be more open-hearted and more open-minded. Your message, my darling Geminis, from the universe is, one day, when you least expect it, you are going to crash into someone who is going to be so soft and gentle with your heart. And you are going to be so glad you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you chose to believe it deserved more. Wow, that's very powerful, Gemini. And I'm getting a few scenarios that Spirit is downloading on me, and maybe one of them might resonate with you. But before I give you that, I'm going to reread this. One day, when you least expect it, you are going to crash into someone who is going to be so soft and gentle with your heart. And you are going to be so glad that you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you chose to believe it deserved more. Wow. So, my darling Gemini, somewhere, I mean, Geminis are very sensitive souls, although they're very smart, they're air signs. Often people will say they have multiple personalities, right? But all of us do. Everybody has a different part of themselves. But Geminis can blend very easily because they always see, they're the twins. They see two sides of a coin, right? And somewhere in there, my darling Geminis, I feel like your heart closed off. Yes, you function, you do everything, you do so much for people. That's no doubt. But somewhere in your life, you were made to feel not worthy enough. And you maybe just closed your heart off to that love. And that love, I really feel, is going to come back into your life. Now, you could say, I'm widowed, or I'm divorced, or I'm happy to be single. But I do really feel that for those of you that do not have a special someone in your life, that someone could be entering your life at this time. And please take this how it resonates with you. You could be married. This could be a platonic person, but somebody who just opens your heart, who really shows you your value, your worth. And yeah. So I really do feel like important relationships are coming to you for this week. Or upcoming for my darling Gemini. So please stay open to that and allow your heart to be awakened to receive that, okay? Let go of any fear that you might be feeling, because I really do feel that there's some amazing people in and around you that are coming into your life that are really showing you, showing you pure and divine love, okay? Beautiful. The last card you got, my darling Geminis, and the last deck that I chose was the Animal Spirit Oracle. And I'm just going to open the book for this one because I would like to read even just a little bit of it. So you got the Lizard Spirit, Now, the Lizard Spirit is coming forward to ask you to dream the world into being. Dream the world into being. So let me read you a little bit. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? The Lizard Spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close just a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible? Making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with Spirit. Give in to the power of imagination, my darling Geminis, and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. Wow, that is an amazing message for our darling Geminis. Dream it into being. And Geminis are powerhouses. They can mix with any crowd because they are the twins. Very fast thinking because they're air. They're an air sign, so they think, they go. But sometimes to the point of crash. So really, really, my darling Geminis, let go. It's time to invite some tranquility into your life. It's time to nurture your body, mind, and spirit. It's time now to awaken the heart. okay? To rebalance the relationships in your life. Where are you giving and where are you taking? There's a balance that needs to happen in those relationships. Stay open-minded, my darling Geminis, because when you least expect it, somebody is going to come in and pour love into the parts of your heart that you thought were not possible. And please, 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 it's time for you, my darling, darling Geminis, to dream the world into being. I think once you take the time to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit, all of those dreams are going to ignite within you. You're going to rebalance the relationships that are too overwhelming for you. You're going to give back to the ones where you need to put into. And this is a time of really of manifestation in your life. But take the time to be tranquil, to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit. And once you feel that you're completely balanced, awaken the heart and allow that love and those dreams to ignite. Well, my darling Geminis, wow, that was a crazy, crazy message for the week of November 24th to 30th. I really hope that it resonated with you. I wish you a most amazing and spectacular week ahead. Oh, my love. Namaste.